How's it going, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why you shouldn't be crouching all the time in Warzone during a gunfight. Now, each scenario during a gunfight is different in Warzone and it's never going to be the same, but one tip that I can easily recommend is stop crouching when you're in a gunfight. And what I'm going to be discussing is pretty much when you're in a gunfight and, you versus someone who's up and down crouching will benefit you while you're just pretty much standing, shooting someone close range and stuff like that. Close range would be a little different, long distance, medium, all that stuff is different. But in this clip, I want to show you why pretty much it was me versus two, and they had they had satchels, they didn't have their loadout. And pretty much I was like, man, I'm going to fight these guys and I'm probably going to lose. My teammate lost in the gulag. I came back won. But when I went back and watched this video, I realized why I won. And I was missing shots. He was missing shots. So I'm not going to say that he was the most accurate person. And I also wasn't being the most accurate person. But the reason I think I won, and I think the video will show, is pretty much he was he was crouching, and what's gonna show you, and I'll obviously show you in the video here, is pretty much I'm shooting straight and he's doing this. So my bullets, he's actually negatively affecting himself because my bullets are straight and he's doing this. So my bullets are hitting his chest, his head, his leg, his chest, his head, pretty much up and down. And he's the reason, it's kind of his own fault, because when we watched this video, he had me dead to rights. I was about to run out of ammo. I downed his teammate first. Then the second guy came in, was shooting me, and I was like, man, I just lost this gunfight. But then I was like, oh, wow, why did I win this fight compared to someone who, obviously had full shields and stuff like that. But hopefully you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this in full speed, show you the fight, and it's just a quick little, looks like it's maybe a 10-second fight. It's not very long, but it's kind of informative, and now I know, and I've even been told in the past when I play with really good players, hey, make sure you don't crouch. And the reason being is that it's an easier getting shot. The person has a perfect angle of your torso to your head in the game, and once I started realizing that, what he was saying, I definitely understood it. And pretty much this is a good example of why. Now, some people are way better than probably this team. A lot of people are better than me. But for people who struggle with Warzone and gunfights, a good reason that you may be losing is you're crouching too much, allowing the person across from you who you're fighting to easily hit your torso and head. And obviously, if you're hitting your head, or if they're hitting your head and torso, they're doing a lot more damage than they would be just hitting your limbs, like your legs or something like that. And also, I think a good reason why I probably won this fight was my strafing. This guy was pretty much sitting still, and I was kind of moving around him a little bit. And again, this is a quick little tidbit video. Maybe it will help someone in the future with gunfights and stuff like that. And so hopefully this help someone who may be losing a lot and wondering why they're losing. And I also recommend, always record your gameplay. If you can't afford, I actually play on Xbox One, the original console, and I have a capture card to my PC. So I highly always recommend recording your gameplay to go back, like, okay, like for me, I'm not a professional gamer. I'm not a professional Warzone player. I just enjoy making content and playing the game for fun. I do use Adobe Premiere. They have a fantastic free service on there if your PC can handle it. But guys, let's get into it. Here is the full clip, normal speed. And again, you can see that I missed pretty much all my shots on the second guy. But pretty much I'm going to go ahead and just dive into this. I see this guy. He jumps out, the first one. Lock onto him. And what I was doing is I waited pretty much. Normally I'm just firing right away, but in the past I've lost a lot of fights because there's a second guy who might be in this house, and might be on the first floor. He might be in this window. And again, I did not expect to win this fight. So pretty much, you know, I see him come out. I wait. And then there's a second teammate up here jumping out the window. I don't realize I'm here. I realize they're here, obviously. And pretty much I down him. Okay, he's down. And as soon as I saw the down, I switch weapons. So here's his mistake, right? He immediately crouches. And also, you can see I'm strafing with this guy to keep my shots on him without actually having to move my joystick, my right joystick. I switch and I'm still moving here. What I'm trying to do is get behind here. I'm trying to get behind here, which probably isn't the best decision because if I'm behind here, the only thing that's going to be exposed is my head. So I'm switching weapons and I'm keeping him honest, right? With his shots. I jump and I'm switching and I fire. I start firing before I aim. So you can see here that I start firing even before I'm aiming to get the gun going, right? Just to get it going. And, you know, when I start shooting, and then I'll worry about my aim when I'm in a close range battle like this. He's crouched here, and then he goes to prone. So he goes back to crouch because I'm guessing he couldn't see me. Goes to crouch, and then he tags me. And then, so I'm already down 2 plates. I haven't even hit him once. So when I actually hit him, it's actually in his kneecap here, and I have 13 bullets left, by the way. So I'm down 2 plates. I just started hitting him. Okay, now I'm almost done. Now I have a quarter of a plate left, probably even less. And I'm tagging him. And here's where the Farah, I think, is a strong weapon, is because I'm hitting his kneecap and I break his armor with. So I hit him here. So the 14th bullet here probably hits him in the kneecap, goes to 13, 12, 11, 10. Okay, so I break his armor in like 3 to 4 bullets. So that's pretty good. And I'm like hitting his kneecap here, is what you can see. So I'm not even like, I'm sorry about the quality, guys. Since I'm on Xbox, I can't give you HD per se. So here, he stands back up. Break his plate, and there you go. See him going back down to crouch? Not smart, because pretty much I don't move from this angle. And again, I have 7 bullets left. I broke his armor, and then I down him. And I think the reason that I won this gunfight is because, first off, he missed a bunch of his shots. I'm missing a bunch of my shots too. But when I start hitting him, I don't stop and I don't let up, and I'm strafing, right? So I go left, I start hitting him, then I start moving back right. And all he's doing is this. So he's doing this, and I'm just tagging him with the strafe. And when he goes back down to crouch, my bullets now are going to be causing more damage because they're going to start hitting him in the torso and probably in the head right here. Yeah, see, so he basically just crouched his way to death. So we're going to play this in full speed again just to kind of show you guys, because again, I'm strafing, moving, down him, switch, jump, strafing right. And I've lost a lot of gunfights. Went back and watched my video, and I'm like, man, if I didn't crouch, I probably would have hit him. If my shots were better, I'd probably kill him too. But again, this is the reason why that, in my opinion, I won. Now, if you can see here, he was using an AK-47, it looks like. the guns kind of, when they're on the ground, they may show differently. I just highly recommend, guys, if you record your video and you're wondering why you're dying, it's probably because you're crouching too much. You're not strafing. Um, you know, that's that's kind of why that's what I've learned. They're sitting in a corner crouch, right? If I see you doing that, I'm gonna just start firing at you, and hopefully I'm gonna get a headshot. I'm gonna get body shots, just like this guy here. And he wasn't making any bad decisions. He was just doing this too much and not this. That's just my opinion. Maybe you're thinking the same thing. Like, hey, if he didn't crouch as much, maybe he would have won. If he hit his shots, he probably definitely would have won, because that AK is pretty much a recoil on it. The pattern, the sight on it, I think is either a 3x scope on the ground loot. It's very difficult to hit anything close range with the AK-47. Obviously, I'm not gonna say everyone's bad at it, but it's most likely going to be pretty difficult compared to someone with an iron sight close range, compared to someone versus someone with a 3x scope. So again, guys, that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the video in the comment section, because if you guys are like, wow, like I didn't think about crouching, maybe the reason I'm dying. So again, guys, if you enjoy the video, please let me know in the comment section. I'll probably be posting a little bit more tips and tricks, of what I see when I go back and look at my my recordings and analyze my videos when I'm making content. And guys, I'm also live on Facebook Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekend. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.